And we're back. And last time, well, after like 12 minutes of fucking around, we got an Alakazam. And we're gonna take out the rest of Route 25. I almost forgot what route we're on. But we also, in the last part, got Razor Leaf for Ivysaur. And we're 2 levels from it being fully evolved. So I might switch it out here and there. I doubt it. Alakazam is 13 levels behind, but it'll do fine. It's fully evolved, which is just to show how broken it is. I mean, at level 16 you can get this monster with confusion. Like, even with... it's just amazing. Yeah, it's a little trouble to like raise up and all that, but it's just a monster. And also I needed a psychic type. I don't know if I've really talked about why I picked up an Alakazam. I mean, there should be no like bad reason for an Alakazam. He's just a great psychic type. Learned psychic by himself. Only problem is that's all he learns is psychic, but that's all you need here. Generation 1, there's no dark and steel type, so don't have to worry about that. I don't know what the hell I just did. And plus, there's plenty of poison Pokemon in this game for me to brutally abuse and destroy their very existence with a psychic type attack. Oh! What is this? I was in bad condition? Alright, so you have to... there's an item above that guy sitting in between those 2 rocks. Obstacles, we'll call them. And you have to move a certain way for him to move past it so you can get in there. Otherwise, you have to wait until you get cut. And screw that, I'm not walking all the way back here. Oh yeah, speaking of critical hits, that just reminded me, Alakazam is incredibly fast. So, you're going to see a lot of critical hits from him. Because it's based on base speed. I don't know if I've said this, but it is. I know I've talked about the Razor Leaf and Karate Chop and stuff, but base speed affects your critical hits in this game, so you're going to see a lot of them by Alakazam. Really any Pokemon that's not very slow. I can only think of one on my team that will be, actually 2 technically, but we'll ignore that. I'm a cool guy. I've got a girlfriend. That's not how you spell girlfriend though. Well, it is how you spell it, but not with the space, asshole. Retarded. So we're coming up to Bill. And this, I have a couple trainers left, so this gives me some time to talk about, I don't know, just the issues with the storage system in general for items and Pokemon. So let's get the item one out of the way. This one is obviously a problem for anyone involved. So you have 20 item slots in your basic bag on you. This one right here. This is 20 slots. That's the max it can fill up. Now, hold on, let me see what TM this is. I don't remember this. Seismic Toss. Maybe on my Alakazam if I feel like it, but I don't think so. But, item storage. So 20 in your bag, and then you can put 30 in the PC, if I remember correctly, for a total of 50. Now that doesn't sound terrible until you get into the fact that you cannot discard key items. And there's a lot of key items. There's about 10, I'd say. So that's down to 40. There's some TMs you want to save, and there's a bunch of stuff you want to save till the end game to fully maximize its use, and you can't do that. So it sucks. My friend has a cute Pokemon. Now the Pokemon Sword, the only reason it's bad, you can actually hold the most amount of Pokemon compared to the full amount of Pokemon. That means the ratio between how many obtainable Pokemon in the game to how many you could store is the greatest in this generation. I don't remember the number, actually. I had it in my head earlier, but when I was talking about item storage, it appeared. That's gonna bother me. I'll probably. Yeah, I can't remember it. So, and that's good and all, but the fact you have to save to switch it is annoying. Alright, but then once you fill up a box, you cannot catch another Pokemon. So let's say I caught 30 Pokemon, put them all in a box. Or I filled up a box, I think it was 30. I'll get back to my little rant, but here's Bill. I'm a Pokemon. No, I'm not. Call me Bill, a true blue Pokemaniac. Hey, what's with that skeptical look? Joshing you. How about it? Help me out? No, fuck you. Please? Wow, he doesn't even give you... well, if you're so forceful about... The only reason I'm doing this... If this was a side quest, I'd pretty much just keep him here for the rest of his life. But you need it for an item. He gives you the SS Ann ticket. So did you come to see my Pokemon collection? You didn't? That's a bummer. Well, I mean, I don't know why that text is there. I mean, the only mention of Bill is that he has a collection. Kind of weird, fancy dudes. It's not very fancy. I mean, there's a bunch of seasick people. Now, if you come back outside and go back in, it will show evolutions, the 3 and Eevee itself. I'll go over them when we get access to them because you are able to get an Eevee in this game, which is probably one of the most common team members in any game that Eevee is accessible because everyone thinks it's good, and they would be right. It has its uses, but I don't know. I'll talk about it more when we get access to it. Anyway, back to Pokemon storage system. I know it's kind of skipping around, but you can fill up the box, and then you go to catch a Pokemon, and it won't let you catch that Pokemon. So let's say, okay, I filled up my box. I'm going to the Seafoam Islands. Articuno's there. Legendary Pokemon. Working real hard. Finally got it. Shakes. Nope. Denied. Just denied in life. I don't think it shakes. I've never actually filled up a box. Or no. I haven't filled up a box in a long time. Usually I'm on top of that. And we get a actual decent TM from here. Because Team Rocket, the evil people they are, stole a dig TM. Which, it sounds terrible. I mean, 2-turn ground move, 60 power. But wait, we're in Generation 1. Nothing like that ever works properly. So, if you have dig, you get paralyzed in the ground, you are invincible. Like, paralysis fully affects you. I should have switched out, but I don't care. I do care. Alright, so back to Ivy. We can see Razor Leaf for the first time, I guess. Sable. Razor Leaf. This should kill it easily. But what was I talking about? Dig. So Dig is actually 100 power in this game, which is way better than 60. It's basically a 2-turn earthquake. We're gonna go back in here, we're gonna talk to him. I figure what's lost is lost. I decided to teach Dig how to dig without TM. So you raised it to level 19? Is it 19 or 21? I'll see in a little bit. But we're gonna heal because I was stupid. I let Alex then fall asleep. But so Dig is actually usable. And it's actually quite useful if you picked up a Charmander, because it can learn it and put it to some really good work right now. Especially with the upcoming gym being electric. Though you won't fight it for a while if you do what I do and fight everything on its way. Alright, so we have enough time for... I'll show you the last building and also talk about the wild encounters right here. So, for the first time, you can get access to Mankey and Meowth. Red and blue, this is the first time you can catch Mankey. I remember questioning myself back in like part 2, I think it was. But this is the first time you can catch it. It's the fast fighting type, and it is for quite a while. I think first 3 generations, I want to say. This guy's daycare, you can leave him every step, raises 1 Pokemon by experience point. No one cares, don't use it, no breeding here. But anyway, back to the wild encounters up there. You have Mankey, fighting type. Fighting is so terrible in this generation. That's a terrible trade. But fighting is really bad in this generation, so I cannot recommend it at all. I think its best move that's common is submission. High jump kick is the best move, and that's only learned by Hitmonlee, I think. Unless I'm forgetting someone. And we have enough time to battle this guy and talk about the other encounter. In red, Mankey is there. It's a version exclusive. In blue, on the other hand, is Meowth. So, Meowth is a normal type. And once you get past the first generation, normal types aren't that great. And they probably never will be again. I mean, it's just not worth it. But I could recommend Meowth if it learned Slash earlier. Because it evolves in Persian and it learns it at like level 54. That's its main attacking move. Unlike my Venusaur, who will learn its last standard move of Sleep Powder, which is its sleeping move, at 55, it still learns its main attacking move early, like 30, which I just got. So, I couldn't recommend it in-game. Competitive, it's fun to mess around with. But I think that's about it. So we ended up here after the underground path, which is over here. And I don't think there's any new encounters, but if there is, I'll check. I don't think there is, but I'll go over them. And that'll be it for right now. So until next time, we'll blow through this route and see what's going down in the next city.